Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Nice to have you here. If you haven't already, go and scroll down so you can subscribe. You can also leave your comments and make sure you activate the notification bell. So as you can already see on the screen, we have the 4-hour chart, and we're going to be looking at what happened yesterday. This is something that I also mentioned in my video from yesterday, and that is that during the weekend we would have some volatility. And as you can see, we have remained inside our downtrend, which we tried many times to break out of, but until now it has held. This is something that for me, it confirms that we have correctly placed this yellow line here. As you can see, yesterday we tested it again, and we can see that also on the daily chart that we once again have been rejected. And what that means to us is that if we go back and look at the 4-hour chart, as you can see, I've placed a support line here, which before used to be resistance, once here, once here, once again here, and then it became our support. And yesterday we even had a nice bounce, which we were able to see during the live stream, but we have not been able to close a 4-hour long candle above our resistance line here. And this confirms to me that this yellow line is at the right place. I know a lot of people say it has to be from wick to wick, but I personally like it more when the line touches more points throughout the chart. And so based on this, you can see that I do have a lot more touch points across or throughout this line than if we just did it from wick to wick. If we do move towards the top, we can see that there's another touch point here. There's another one here. So if you wish, you can also try and do that on your charts. So anyway, to better understand what all of this means, we can go and look at the 1-hour chart. We can see in detail that we tried to break out of our resistance line, and we even had a very nice candle that bounced from our support line. But once again, we had trouble trying to take out this high, and so long as we don't do that, let me just go ahead and put this on the screen, and I'm going to label it resistance line. So long as Bitcoin doesn't close a 4-hour candle above this resistance line, I don't really think that there's a clear change in direction towards the 39,600 US dollar line. And this is the reason why, once again, yesterday we got rejected at the top of our resistance line, and we had this big red candle that pushed us down below our support line, which now it actually has become again resistance for us and the price of Bitcoin. And so once again, we are back into a range that we've been seeing for a couple of weeks now, and that can turn into a dead cat bounce, which actually means that we had a big sell-off, which then in turn had a bounce, and then we're going to have another big sell-off that could take us to our 30,000 US dollar line. And why am I showing you this? Well, because if we do zoom out, we can see that that's exactly the behavior that we've seen in the price of Bitcoin for some time now. We had this big drop with a bounce, a big drop with a bounce, big drop with a bounce, and then another big drop that could probably or most likely will stop at 30,000 US dollars.
Hey, by the way, please go ahead and leave me your comments below. I'm always very interested to read about your thoughts and opinions regarding this video and our channel's content in general.
Also, do let me know what you think about the dead cat bounce theory. Why is it called that way? Well, because when you throw a cat, it's supposed to bounce back up before it actually dies. And it's a very weird comparison, but it's just what it's called. So it will be interesting to see, if it indeed does that with the price of Bitcoin. It bounces back up and then drops to its final death per se. So something to look out for today is that we might go back and revisit the 35,500 US dollar price. Everything, of course, stands or falls with the openings of the market today, meaning we have to follow the behavior of the traditional markets, the S&P 500. So if we look at what happens today with the S&P 500 and of course the futures market, then we have to keep in mind that it will try to close the gap that was built over the weekend. And that was, we had the price up here before we went into the weekend, and if it closes the gap and it drops, then of course the price of Bitcoin will also follow suit and drop to the 35,500 US dollar line. And so I've created a graphic which I use for the thumbnail of this video, and that is what my thoughts are regarding what could happen in the next few days for Bitcoin's price. And that is that we had this consolidation phase here, then we dropped, had a bounce, dropped, had a bounce, and we'll probably drop again, have another consolidation phase before we start to pick up the price once more. So that is something for us to keep in mind. And if we go and look at the fear and greed index, we see that yesterday we were at 29 points and we dropped today to 20 points. So that confirms once again the scenario that I think will play out for a month or so, where we continue to bounce up and down our consolidation area. So right now we seem to be reconstructing this scenario that we've already had last year between May and July. And so we have been mimicking the same scenario since January. So from a purely technical perspective, we should be doing the same for the next couple of months. And now looking at the news, Luna has fallen 15% yesterday, and that is a very, very big number, as you can see. So for those of you who do have interest in Luna and want to buy, this might be a good opportunity, but 15% really is a big drop. Cardano as well has fallen under the $1 price, and it continues like that all across the board when it comes to altcoins. And so for those of you who follow this channel, you know I've been telling you for a few days that we are not in altcoin season. I also wanted to show you this graphic here that shows the transfer volume has been steadily rising. Or said differently, it has risen above the $1 million line. And the last time that we saw something like that happen was when we touched the bottom at 30,000 US dollars. And so the same thing is repeating itself again. And what that means, investors, whales, and institutions are starting to buy Bitcoin yet again. And every time that we've had similar situations, then after that, there has been a big move towards the upside. And so that means for us in the next couple of weeks, we might see something like that happen as well. So going back to my chart here, it might mean that we drop to see 32,000 US dollars again, consolidate for just a little bit, and then begin to see the price rise yet again. Do leave me your comments below. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Now let's go and look at the price of Ethereum, and let me clean this up a little for you guys. And we talked about this last night during our live stream, that if we go and look at the 4-hour chart, we have been again rejected from our resistance line here. And right now we are in the process of retesting our support line here. And if we don't manage to do that, then we'll retest the price at 2,632 US dollars. We do have, of course, my resistance line here at 2,616 US dollars. We could not close above it, and of course we had another sell-off. And what that actually means, for me at least, is that we do have this range at the moment that we could easily use as a way of trading. We could of course open a short trade here at the top with a stop loss, or have another long here with another stop loss. And then of course you could continue to do this for a while, but of course I recommend that only for those who have experience as traders. And at the same time, this is of course no financial advice to you directly. And now we're gonna look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, and who would have thought Bitcoin continues to rise the dominance in the market compared to the altcoins. And this is something I mentioned for some time now. We might even visit the 44 points At the moment, we are at 43%. I've also talked previously about our double bottom here, and if we were able to get over the neckline, we would be able to see a nice bounce up, something that obviously we can see here. And like I said, at the moment we are trading at 43%. On the other side of the coin, that means of course that the altcoins are performing poorly. For example, if we look at Luna, we are at -4%, Solana at -3%, XRP also -3%, Cardano stays on the $1 line, Ethereum is also -3%, Link is -6%, which means if Bitcoin performs bad and goes down 2%, then the altcoins would do twice or three times as much. And that, of course, is something that I mentioned already in my previous videos. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all for the video today.
But first, I wanted to let you know that you can also follow me on Twitter, where I post relevant content regarding this channel, the markets, as well as news and information that we crypto traders care about. And if you're on the go, you can always join our Telegram group for quick updates regarding price moves, market reactions, and get notifications every time we post new content on our YouTube channel.
And last but not least, if you want to become an affiliate partner of bitbull.com, you can now do that and get a 10% lifetime discount for every person that you bring into the service. That means, of course, if you were to bring 10 people and they subscribe, then you get 100% off your subscription service. And as always, you can find the link in the description for that. I think that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Hope you guys have a great day. Again, my name is Basti. Thank you. Bye-bye.